and viewers. Today, the thing which we will be discussing in today's class, that will be our poem, Ozymandias. The brief introduction about this poem was given yesterday, and we came to know that it's about a cruel king of Egypt, Ramesses II or II. We got information about this personality that he used to be a very cruel personality. He never wanted anybody to come equal to him. Rather, he was in superiority complex. He was having the dreams of immortality, and he was quite proud of his legacy, his adventures. So he used to make fun of everybody. He never estimated anybody or considered anybody a human being. Rather, he was comparing himself to Tawba na'uz billah, God. But what happened to him? We will definitely discuss that too. Few things are really important to discuss that. First thing, this poem is a sonnet. We know very well. Okay, how many lines? 14. We discussed it. Okay, the theme was, थोड़ी सी और बता देता हूँ. प्राइड है था फॉल. अगर आप कहते नहीं सर कुछ और थीम अगर हो तो मैं कहता हूँ उसकी एक बात है इम्परमानेंस. इम्परमानेंस ऑफ पावर. कोई चीज हमेशा नहीं रहती. सल्तनत, स्टेज, crown will not remain forever. One day everything will mix away into dust. So here I start my lecture. Please, I want you to be opening up your books and come to the page number that is 121. So respectable students, we'll have to start. There are two stanzas, as you know. The poem sonnet will be divided into two parts. First 8 lines and then last 6 lines. So we'll have to start it. In between, I will keep on telling you different things, techniques. Rather, I will write over here to make you people understand what literary devices have been utilized over here and how. So I'm to start. I met a traveler from an antique land. Antique traveler is the mouthpiece. On the other hand, this is a reference to that personality who first of all discussed the life of Ozymandias in one of his books, and the name of book was Bibliotheca Historica. Diodorus Siculus was the person who first mentioned this thing in his book, and P.B.Shelley took one passage from his book, and the line was, "My king of king Ozymandias am I." So thereupon they started their own discussion about Ozymandias. So right now, writer is going to discuss the complete condition of the statue of the Ozymandias through his mouthpiece, messenger. Writer himself is not going to talk. Rather, he is going to make someone his mouthpiece to convey his message to you people. So somebody was coming from an antique land, and this antique land is the indication towards Egypt. What happened? What he saw? Who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert." Situation is quite ironical. The one who used to say that my name is Ozymandias and I'm king of kings. So writer, you may come across a question, what is the tone of the poet? So the tone of the poet is quite serious and fearful. On one hand, he is serious. He is telling you what somebody said, and he is going to make you fearful. Why? The person who is going to have feelings like Ozymandias, who was quite proud of his adventures, who was thinking that his belongings will never end up. They must keep the condition and the lifetime and the consequence of the same leader in your mind. So person, at times they become fearful. On the other hand, they take pity. Or the one who used to be this powerful, is so powerless right now. His statue is in a very pathetic condition. Why? What did he say? Vast legs. The upper portion is fallen somewhere. Just 2 legs are standing there. If he was king of kings, so his statue and he himself should not have died, and the statue should have been very stable. But the situation is otherwise. So it means everything is becoming ironical. Writer is going to divert your attention towards the impermanence of a ruler and his legacy. If you talk about Ozymandias, where is he? He is in Egypt in a museum. People are going there and taking a lesson. Oh, he was the person who used to be very proud. On the other hand, he was having a great kingdom. The way his dead body or his personality perished, in the same way his legacy, his kingdom, his rule, everything got destroyed, mixed into dust. So nothing is forever. So if somebody is going to have the feelings of immortality, that I am immortal, but you know very well Allah Pak is immortal, we are immortal. हम एक दिन खत्म होंगे, फानी है. Allah फानी तो Allah Pak है. So will definitely be facing or should face the condition of Ozymandias. Next line, near them on the sand. Not only that, on one hand, just 2 legs were standing, but at the same time, you can have a glance that the upper portion of statue was fallen down, but whereas the face was concerned, that was half sunk, a shattered visage lies. Shattered, a broken face, designed by a sculptor, मुजस्समा साज, जिसने बनाया. That is also lying there, half sunk. If face is like that, so half of the portion will be in the sand, sunk, and the rest of the portion is outside. Whose frown? The way of or the style of looking, the facial expressions which were stamped by the sculptor show that, and the wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command. ये एक metaphor use किया है. The writer is going to show the contemptuousness of a ruler with a dictator or with a commander. When he commands, so he is not going to take care of anybody. His commands are always superior. He has compared the command or the mocking style of Ozymandias. यहाँ पे sneer का मतलब होता है mocking smile, which was always present on his face because he used to make fun of people. And he was full of commands. Why? If somebody is comparing himself to God, so you can very well imagine what will be the level of, what would be the level of his pride. Uske takabbur ka kya level hoga? So right now, writer is going to tell that just right after putting a glance on the face which is broken right now, one can very well imagine, oh, the personality whom we are reading right now and we got information about was really very proud, because the facial expressions are telling that he used to be very, very dangerous and very, very proud and full of command and full of mocking expressions which can be seen, which can be witnessed right after having a glance on the broken face which is lying over there. King of kings. Nobody will remain forever. Allah Pak is King of kings. He himself says that, Inna Allah ala kulli shayin qadir. I have the complete power. I am the omnipotent. I am almighty. I am the one. I am having the power. मैं चाहूँ इज्जत से जिल्लत, जिल्लत से इज्जत दूँ. मैं चाहूँ जिंदा से मुर्दा, मुर्दा से जिंदा पैदा करूँ. There are so many titles of Allah Almighty in the Holy Quran. He himself, Inna Allah ala kulli shayin qadir. Rabbun nas, Rabbus samawati wal ard, Rabbul jil wal ins. So many titles are there. And these all titles are quite suitable for the personality of Allah Almighty, because He is having such powers. We have no powers. So this poem is going to guide you, make you fearful. Why? If you are going to think that having such a minor power, we do not consider others human being. थोड़ी सी पावर आ जाए इंसान को, इंसान समझना छोड़ देते हैं, इज्जत देना छोड़ देते हैं. कल मैंने एक शेर पढ़ा था, रुतबा जहां में जिसको खुदा देता है, दिल में वो फरोतनी कर्जा देता है. If somebody is going to get some power in life, he thinks that now I am the one, nobody is there to compete me, to defeat me. to have or to harm me, to hurt me. No, no, not at all. छोटी सी बीमारी लग जाए ना, जुकाम मुझे लगा ना, अब यकीन कीजिए मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है बस आई एम डिक्लाइनिंग। तो एक छोटी सी बीमारी ने अगर मेरा यह हाल किया, तो जो दिल के मरीज होंगे, जिनको किडनीज का इशू होगा, जिनको कैंसर का इशू होगा, वो तो बिल्कुल बेचारे कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते, तो उड़ भी नहीं सकते, तो मोहताज हो जाते हैं। So that's why if you have got the feelings of pride and arrogance in your life, don't ever forget that you are a very weak creature. Your production is of a drop of, blood. You will be mixed up into dust. So many more like you are lying in their graves. Even their signs are vanishing and vanished. उनके तो निशानात भी मिट गए. So that's why nobody is powerful except Allah Almighty. So we must have the feelings of what? कैसी फीलिंग्स होनी चाहिए हमारे अंदर? हम्बलनेस, आजिज़ी पसंद है. यहां तक बात समझ आ गई? अच्छा आगे सुनो. आगे now the writer is going to appreciate whom? The sculptor. You see it? The sphere of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions red, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things. The writer is going to appreciate and paying great tribute to the sculptor, the one who designed or built or sketched out the sculptor, that he paid such great attention that he brought all the expressions, impressions, feelings, pride, arrogance in this statue. Right after going through the face, one can very well imagine that yes, जिसको हमने पढ़ा था और जिसको मैं देख रहा हूँ, जैसे मुझे तो लाइव मैंने बताया, मुझे दिखाया गया, लगता है वाकई बड़ा मगरूर होगा. जो खुदाई, एक इंसान ये कहे कि मैं जी फला के बराबर, तो इंसान के मुकाबले में अपने आप को बर्दाश्त नहीं करता. इफ समबॉडी इज कंपेयरिंग हिमसेल्फ टू गॉड, तो आप सोचिए उसकी लेवल क्या होगा, वो कितना मगरूर होगा, वो कितनी ताकत रखता भी होगा जो ऐसी बात करता हो. तो राइटर अप्रिशिएट कर रहा है उस बनाने वाले को कि सारा क्रेडिट उसको. लेकिन बात ये क्या है, देखो जॉन कीट्स क्या कहता है, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, अ थिंग ऑफ ब्यूटी इज जॉय फॉर एवर. कह रहा है इस वक्त मैं स्कल्प्टर को ज्यादा तारीफ इसलिए कर रहा हूं कि वो जो था किंग, वो ना वो रहा ना उसकी लेगेसी रही, लेकिन जो स्कल्प्टर ने बनाया वो आज तक मौजूद है. इसको देखने से लगता है कि वो आज भी मौजूद है. उसके तमाम एहसासात अभी भी नजर आ रहे हैं उस टूटे हुए चेहरे में. तो स्कल्प्टर ने भी कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी. और आखिर में लाइन में क्या कहता है, द हैंड दैट मॉक्ड देम एंड द हार्ट दैट फेड. हियर राइटर इज गोइंग टू मेक two different statements. One thing, the hand that mocked them, it means Ozymandias was the personality used to make fun of everybody. Why? He was of the opinion that try to look at my adventures, but don't ever try to think and try that, because you cannot imagine. करना तो बहुत दूर, तुम सोच भी नहीं सकते. लेकिन at the same time he used to take care of the civilization. लेकिन लोगों को पालता पोसता भी यही था. एक तरफ सख्त दिल था, मजाक उड़ाता था, लेकिन लोगों का ख्याल भी करता था. So here in the first stanza we are going to get the description of that personality used to be very proud. अब अगले स्टेंजा में क्या कहता है, and on the pedestal किसको, the bottom, जिस स्लैब पर उसको खड़ा किया गया. वर्ड्स कौन से लिखे हैं, ये वो वर्ड्स हैं जो डाइडोरस, जो राइटर है, जिसकी किताब से पैसेज लेकर शैले ने अपनी पोएम को आगे बढ़ाया. कहते हैं These words appear. क्या लिखा हुआ था भाई, My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty and despair. The first line is going to show that ironical statement. अगर आपको कहे ना, do you have irony in this poem? So you can quote this line. On one hand, he was saying that my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. So he used to address everybody. Pay attention, मायूसों और ताकतवर लोगों. You can have a glance on my adventures, whatever I have made, whatever I have done. You can check my rule, you can check my legacy, you can check my throne, my power. देखो, लेकिन हुआ क्या, अगली लाइन ने ironical situation हमारे सामने लाई. But the same personality who was comparing himself to God, right now the situation of that personality is nothing beside remains. जैसे वो खुद नहीं रहा, जैसे उसकी सल्तनत नहीं रही, जैसे उसकी ताकत नहीं रही, तो जैसे वो खुद खाक हो गया, उसकी सल्तनत भी खाक हो गई, कुछ बाकी नहीं रहा. Nobody is there to think even of दैट पर्सनैलिटी। लेकिन चूंकि अल्लाह पाक ने कहा मैं रहती दुनिया तक तुझे निशाने इबरत बनाऊंगा, जिसके अंदर भी ये ख्यालात पैदा होंगे वो तेरी डेड बॉडी देखकर कुछ सीखेगा, नहीं 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 ऐसा नहीं बनना, क्योंकि जिस दौर में कोई फिरौन पैदा होता है मेरे रब के लिए मूसा पैदा करना कोई मुश्किल नहीं है। सो दैट्स व्हाई वन मस्ट नॉट हैव द फीलिंग्स ऑफ प्राइड एंड एरोगेंस। तो क्या हुआ भाई, इसके आसपास कुछ भी बाकी नहीं रहा, राउंड एंड डिके, दूर दूर तक एक खस्ता हाल ऑफ द क्लोसल रैक, इतना बड़ा मुजस्मा, उसका एक ढेरी नजर आ रहा है, तबाहशुदा हाल, बाउंडलेस एंड बेयर, दूर दूर तक जहां तक नजर जा सके, द लॉन एंड द लेवल सैंड स्ट्रेचेस फार अवे। सर वो रेत ही रेत है, क्या समझाया? ऑन वन हैंड द रूलर हिमसेल्फ passed away, he is just living in our memories, his legacy, his power, his all complete must say belongings mixed up in the dust. So thereupon we get the message that life is what is the token of death. We must not have the feelings of pride and arrogance. We get the message of impermanence of rulers, rule and legacy. Life is short, it will come to end. We are born to face decline. So what is the need to become so rude and so proud? The core ideology of life is to be humble to everybody, because Allah Pak himself says that all the worships are very dear to me. तमाम इबादत मेरे नज़दीक बहुत अफजल हैं, लेकिन for me loving my creature is best of all the worships. मेरे लिए मेरी मखलूक से मोहब्बत करना तमाम इबादत में मेरे नज़दीक सबसे अफजल है। इसलिए कहते हैं वो एक कहते हैं कि एक औरत थी यहूदी जिसके बारे में कहते हैं सिर्फ प्यासे कुत्ते को पानी पिलाया तो अल्लाह पाक ने उसको बख्श दिया। तो मेरा रब भी बहाने ढूंढता है, लेकिन उसके लिए आजिज़ी का होना ज़रूरी है। किसका होना ज़रूरी है? आजिज़ी का। सो देयरअपॉन आई ब्रिंग द एंड ऑफ दिस पोएम. Even if you have any problem, you can comment, you can talk to me, you can discuss this thing in the class with me. Inshallah, in the coming class tomorrow, you will be giving the presentation of this poem. Keep on watching these informative videos. Inshallah, I will keep on bringing such videos for you people. Thank you very much for today. See you in the next tutorial.